Hello everyone and welcome to my bold and the beautiful official channel. I hope everyone is having a wonderful day. Before we begin, please press the subscribe button and give this video a thumbs up. Fans of the bold and the beautiful, hold on to your pearls. What just happened has turned the Forrester universe on its head. In a shocking twist that not even the most imaginative soap fans could have predicted, Steffy Forrester is doing the unthinkable, forgiving Sheila Carter. That's right. After a horrific, bloody murder that left Luna Nozawa dead, Steffy is extending an olive branch to the woman who tormented her family for decades. Why now? What drove Steffy to soften? How did Luna's brutal death become the catalyst for Sheila's redemption arc? And what ripple effects will shake the foundations of Forrester Creations, the Spencer dynasty, and every soul in Los Angeles? Welcome to the most explosive, bold, and the beautiful article ever. Buckle up for 100,000 words of betrayal, heartbreak, forgiveness, and jaw-dropping spoilers. Tornado Part 1: Luna's shocking death. What really happened? The final moments of Luna Nozawa's life will be etched in the history books of daytime drama. Once seen as the promising young intern full of ambition and heart, Luna's story took a tragic turn no one saw coming. The scene, a stormy night at the Cliff House, an argument fueled by jealousy, paranoia, and a secret Luna was about to reveal, one that would shatter the lives of those around her. Eyewitness accounts and behind-the-scenes spoilers confirm Luna had been tracking Sheila for weeks, convinced the older woman was plotting something sinister again. But what started as a confrontation turned deadly. In a tense altercation, Sheila shot Luna, allegedly in self-defense, but was it? Broken Heart Part 2, The Aftermath. Steffy's world implodes. As news spread that Luna was dead, her blood spilled in the very home where Steffy once fought off Sheila with a knife, the Forresters were left reeling. Finn collapsed in grief. Hope wept uncontrollably. Brooke demanded justice. And Steffy stunned the world. Instead of pressing charges immediately, Steffy hesitated. Why? Insiders suggest that Luna's final words to Steffy may have played a role. A whispered confession? A warning? A plea for Sheila's protection? Fire Part 3: Why did Steffy forgive Sheila? Forgiveness in soap operas is rare. Forgiveness for Sheila Carter? Unthinkable. But according to bold spoilers from reliable insiders, Steffy's change of heart wasn't just emotional, it was strategic. Here's what we know. Hayes was in the house during the altercation. Sheila shielded him. Luna was allegedly armed. Sheila's legal team is painting a case of self-defense. Sheila saved Steffy's life. Yes, you read that right. In a stunning twist, Sheila took a second bullet meant for Steffy during a second attack from an unknown shooter. Finn begged Steffy to let go. The trauma of losing Luna broke him, and he needed his mother, however twisted, to anchor him. Steffy's forgiveness wasn't impulsive, it was layered, complicated, and maybe temporary. Firecracker Part 4: Family reactions, outrage, tears, and betrayal. No one in the Forrester or Spencer family was prepared for this twist. Brooke and Ridge both confronted Steffy in a fiery, emotional showdown. Liam, dealing with his terminal diagnosis, called the decision a betrayal to Luna's memory. Hope blamed herself for not doing more to protect her best friend. But most heartbreaking of all was Remy Price, Luna's ex, who publicly vowed to take down Sheila himself. Could revenge be the next storyline? Balance Scale Part 5: The Legal Fallout. Will Sheila walk free? The Los Angeles justice system is in turmoil as Sheila's legal team spins the self-defense angle. Carter Walton, torn between his legal ethics and his loyalty to Luna's memory, is placed in a horrifying position. Will he represent Sheila? Or will he go rogue to ensure she pays? Expect dramatic courtroom scenes with surprise witnesses, mysterious evidence, and one game-changing twist, a video Luna recorded hours before her death, naming names. Bomb Part 6: Luna's Secret, What She Was About to Reveal. Luna's death came just before she was going to expose something huge. A diary entry recovered from her apartment reveals her final mission, to uncover the real reason Sheila came back to LA, and it wasn't Hayes. Fans speculate that Sheila may not have acted alone. Was someone pulling her strings? Was Luna silenced because she knew too much? The biggest bombshell? Luna believed Sheila wasn't the one who shot her. Crescent Moon Part 7, Luna returns. As a ghost? No soap is complete without the possibility of supernatural redemption. With Luna's sudden death and unresolved business, fans are already seeing signs of a ghostly comeback. Finn starts dreaming of Luna, Hayes claims to see her, and Steffy hears Luna's voice during a vulnerable moment. Could Luna's spirit hold the truth? Crown Part 8, The Future of Forrester Creations. With Luna's death sending shockwaves through the business, who will take her place at Forrester? RJ is devastated, and Zend is being eyed suspiciously. Hope for the future is on the brink of collapse. Will Thomas return to rescue the line? Will Hope and Remy team up to honor Luna's designs? Or will Sheila, now publicly forgiven, demand a seat at the table? Broken Heart Part 9, Finn's Crossroads, Love, Loyalty and Guilt. Finn's world is shattered. The woman he loved, the mother he hated, the wife he tried to protect, all colliding at once. His forgiveness of Sheila puts him at odds with everyone, including his own heart. Spoilers suggest a dramatic confession is coming. Finn may have pulled the trigger in a struggle, not Sheila. And if that's true, it changes everything. Police Carlight Part 10, Remy's Revenge, a new villain rises. Grief has broken Remy Price, and he's coming back to LA with a purpose. Rumors swirl that Remy will go undercover, seduce a Forrester heir, and expose Sheila's secrets from within. Is a dark Remy our next villain? Or is he a hero cloaked in vengeance? Television Part 11, Behind the Scenes, Cast Reactions and Future Hints. Interviews with the cast reveal that this is the most emotional arc they've filmed in years. Jacqueline McInnes Wood, Steffy, calls it the most complex story I've ever played. Kimberlyn Brown, Sheila, teases, you've only seen the beginning. And Lisa Yamada's final scenes as Luna? A love letter to the fans. Bold and the Beautiful Taylor catches Ridge, she wants answers. June 16, 2025. Maggie Larkin Ridge Forrester, Taylor Hayes. Bold and the Beautiful gave Taylor Hayes a false sense of security with Ridge Forrester again as he threw over Brooke Logan to grow old with Taylor on the CBS cleaner. Brooke soon becomes abstracted when an old honey lands in her path and sweeps her off her bases. So, you would suppose Taylor should be twice confident with Brooke's attention now off Ridge. But that's not going to be. Bold and the Beautiful Brooke Logan finds a path to a new fortune? Bold and the Beautiful spoilers have Brooke Logan getting a big drive out of her depression. She's feeling so alone these days since Ridge Forrester ditched her again for Taylor Hayes. But that changes when Nick Marone shows up at Forrester Creations this week with one thing on his mind. That's making Brooke his again, and Herrick's hubby comes with plenitude of ambition to succeed in his mission. B and B take a good look at Ridge Forrester. Nick starts with his charge to make Brooke see Ridge for who he is. Bold and Beautiful spoilers have Nick putting Brooke on a pedestal, which is a place she hasn't been in a while. Ridge cruelly knocked her off the last pedestal he erected for her. The dressmaker scurried back to Taylor Hayes before his side of the bed was cold at the Logan estate. But he always knew Brooke would be staying in the bodies for him. But not anymore. Brooke has tried to bait Ridge back to her, but to no mileage. Now Nick blows into city like a whirlwind, picking up the pieces of a broken Brooke Logan. And it's just what she needs. But Taylor soon finds out what Nick's return will mean for her. Bold and the Beautiful Taylor Hayes doesn't have to solicitude about Brooke in a Bold and the Beautiful twist, it is Brooke who becomes a problem. The spoilers suggest Brooke is suddenly enamored by Nick. And he insists it's time she forget about a future with Ridge. The spoilers say he reminds her about all the time she has wasted on Ridge through the times. As he does nothing but blend between her and Taylor. So, Bold and the Beautiful spoilers suggest that Brooke quiets down her pursuit of Ridge as Nick puts her on his center stage. But it is Brooke designedly snooping that's the problem for Taylor presently. Taylor catches Ridge's new jest. Whose covetousness will spike sky high as Brooke eyes another man. The trials show him angry over Nick coming to city. He tells Taylor that he just doesn't like the Joe, Nick. But the expression on Taylor's face indicates that she knows there's more to Ridge's wrathfulness. B&B Taylor gets a look at a new Ridge. Bold and the Beautiful twists effects up a bit once Ridge hears Nick is in hot pursuit of Brooke. It also looks as if Ridge Forrester and hide his covetousness over Brooke Logan from Taylor Hayes. B&B spoilers say Taylor wants answers from Ridge coming week, so she probably sees Brooke is on his radar once again. So, it isn't Brooke swimming around Ridge at work that Taylor needs to worry about. It's the other way around. Ridge can't take Brooke moving on. Bold and the Beautiful spoilers tease that Taylor Hayes soon realizes Ridge didn't change his ways. Ridge Forrester will no way give up on Brooke Logan. So, it sounds like the appearance of Nick shakes effects up on the CBS cleaner. Introduction, Trouble in Taylor Town, Ridge's jealousy boils over. Bold and the Beautiful fans, buckle up, because the truth is coming out, and it's a truth Taylor Hayes never wanted to face again. On June 16, 2025, The Bold and the Beautiful unleashes a week of emotional whiplash and exposed betrayals as Taylor catches Ridge red-handed with his eyes, and his heart, fixated not on her, but on Brooke Logan. Taylor thought she'd finally secured her happily ever after. Ridge swore to grow old with her, tossing aside decades of Brooke versus Taylor warfare and promising stability. But now, a storm is brewing, and its name is Nick Marone. Fire Chapter 1, Ridge Forrester, a man of many vows. And little follow-through? Let's be honest, B&B fans know Ridge Forrester better than Ridge knows himself. For decades, he has spun a romantic carousel of heartache between Brooke Logan and Taylor Hayes, jumping from one woman's heart to the next like a man allergic to commitment. When Ridge swore off Brooke yet again and chose Taylor, fans were hopeful, but skeptical. How long would it last this time? A month? A week? A commercial break? This week, Ridge's mask starts to slip. The subtle looks. The nervous fidgeting. The strangely hostile reaction to Brooke's new admirer. Ridge's insecurities bubble to the surface, and Taylor sees it all. Kiss Mark Chapter 2, Enter Nick Marone, the ex that could change everything. Brooke Logan has been spiraling lately, stuck in heartbreak limbo ever since Ridge ditched her for Taylor once again. But fate, and Brad Bell's brilliant chaos machine, had other plans. In comes Nick Marone, played by the unforgettable Jack Wagner, crashing back into LA with one mission, win. Brooke. Back. And he's not playing. Nick doesn't show up to flirt, he shows up to claim. He reminds Brooke who she used to be, a powerhouse, a queen, a woman who doesn't beg Ridge Forrester for scraps. Collision Chapter 3, Brooke finds her center, Ridge can't stand it. As Nick sweeps Brooke off her feet with charm, confidence, and something Ridge lacks, consistency, Brooke starts to glow again. She's not chasing anymore. She's being pursued. And Ridge? He can't handle it. Suddenly, the man who chose Taylor is clenching his fists at the idea of Nick kissing Brooke. He's pacing. He's growling. He's jealous. But guess who sees it first? Taylor. Pouting Face Chapter 4, Taylor Hayes, no longer in the dark. At first, Taylor chalked Ridge's hostility toward Nick to sibling rivalry. But soon, she sees the deeper issue. She watches as Ridge's attention lingers too long on Brooke's office door. She sees the way his face tightens every time someone mentions Nick's name. And when Ridge snaps and declares, "I just don't like that guy," Taylor's internal alarm bells explode. She wants answers. And next week, spoilers confirm, Taylor confronts Ridge. And it's not going to be pretty. Brain Chapter 5, The psychiatrist sees the pattern. This isn't just another romantic hiccup. Taylor, a psychiatrist with decades of emotional insight under her belt, starts to see Ridge's behavior patterns for what they are, a cycle. A toxic loop of running to Taylor, then back to Brooke, then back again. Spoilers hint that Taylor lays it all out for Ridge, the history, the heartbreak, the broken promises. And most importantly, the truth. You will never stop loving Brooke. And I deserve more than second place. Firecracker Chapter 6, Ridge backs himself into a corner. Ridge is cornered. His jealousy is now undeniable. His words betray his actions. The man who claimed Brooke was in his past is now panicking over her future with Nick. Taylor's expression says it all, she's been here before. And she won't stay again. As Ridge stammers to explain away his behavior, Taylor makes a chilling observation. You don't hate Nick because he's your brother. You hate him because he's doing something you never could, letting Brooke go. Mic drop. Crown Chapter 7, Brooke Logan, Queen of Choice, Not Chasing. Meanwhile, Brooke is no longer interested in chasing Ridge. Nick is giving her something she hasn't had in a long time, certainty. No emotional ping-pong. No ex-wife tug-of-war. Just a man who says what he means and means what he says. Spoilers tease that Brooke starts to lean into Nick's world, and her chemistry with him is undeniable. But what happens when Ridge tries to claw her back? Will Brooke slam the door? Or will she leave it cracked? Crystal Ball Chapter 8, The Future of Tridge? Cracking fast. Bold and the beautiful spoilers suggest Taylor's confrontation could be a turning point. She gave Ridge one more chance, and his jealousy might destroy it. As Taylor begins to pull back, Ridge will desperately try to prove he still wants her. But can she believe him? Especially when his eyes are clearly following Brooke again? Broken Heart Chapter 9, Can Ridge be trusted? A history of hot and cold. Let's not forget, Ridge left Taylor at the altar. He dumped Brooke without a moment's hesitation. His pattern is impulsive, selfish, and emotionally reckless. Now, as Nick makes Brooke smile again, Ridge may realize too late that he's the one being left behind. And Taylor? She might finally be strong enough to walk away, for good this time. Police Car Light Chapter 10, Fans React, Team Brooke? Team Taylor? Or Team Nick? Social media is exploding with theories, and fans are choosing sides. Team Taylor, she deserves better than Ridge's leftovers. Team Brooke, Nick brings out the best in her. Let Ridge suffer. Team Nick, let Brooke and Nick sail away into the sunset. Team Ridge, he's just confused, he still loves Brooke. But one thing's certain, the drama is far from over. Airplane coming soon, Italy trip turns into international love war. As the CBS soap gears up for a remote shoot in Italy, Ridge, Nick, Brooke, and Eric are headed abroad, and tensions are coming with them. Will Ridge confront Nick overseas? Will Brooke choose her next chapter under the Tuscan sun? And will Taylor finally make peace with walking away? Firecracker Final Chapter, Ridge's jealousy ruins everything, again? As June rolls on, Bold and the Beautiful is setting the stage for another romantic explosion. Will Ridge lose both women? Will Taylor be strong enough to leave? And will Brooke finally find happiness with a man who chooses her without hesitation? This is the summer of bold reckoning. And Ridge Forrester? He might finally have to pay the price for a lifetime of waffling. Stay tuned for next week's spoiler update. Brooke's shocking decision. Ridge's attempt to sabotage Nick. Taylor's new confidant. And a Brooke/Nick love scene that fans won't forget. Speech balloons sound off in the comments below. Are you Team Brooke, Team Taylor, or Team Nick? And do you think Ridge is finally getting what he deserves? Chapter 1, A False Sense of Security. Taylor Hayes believed she had finally reached the end of her long and winding road of heartbreak with Ridge Forrester. The CBS soap set the stage for their latest reunion as Ridge once again chose Taylor over Brooke Logan, promising her stability, love, and a future. For a moment, Taylor allowed herself to breathe, to trust, to believe that this time, maybe Ridge meant it. But fans of the Bold and the Beautiful know better. Ridge's heart never stays in one place for long. What Taylor didn't anticipate was not Brooke swooping in to interfere, but a storm blowing in from the past with the force of a hurricane named Nick Marone. Chapter 2, Brooke finds a new destiny. Brooke Logan has been licking her wounds since Ridge cast her aside. The loneliness has been suffocating, the silence deafening. Until a door opens at Forrester Creations and in walks Nick Marone, the ex-husband she never quite stopped thinking about. He doesn't come for business. He comes for Brooke. With a single look and a confident smile, Nick reignites a spark in Brooke that had long gone dim. He tells her it's time to stop mourning Ridge and start living again. For the first time in years, Brooke finds herself at the center of someone's world, not an afterthought, not a fallback. Chapter 3, Ridge reacts, and Taylor notices. As Nick Morone plants himself firmly in Brooke's orbit, Ridge begins to show signs of unraveling. His jealousy, once masked behind thinly veiled indifference, begins to surface. When Taylor notices Ridge's dismissive comments about Nick turning into full-blown anger, her radar goes up. Ridge says it's about protecting Brooke. Taylor isn't buying it. She's been down this road before, and she knows the signs. Ridge's obsession isn't about Nick, it's about Brooke moving on without him. Chapter 4, Nick puts Brooke on a pedestal. Nick wastes no time sweeping Brooke off her feet. He takes her to dinner, reminisces about their past, and tells her in no uncertain terms that she deserves better than Ridge Forrester. He reminds her of who she was before Ridge's constant betrayals. Brooke begins to glow with the confidence Nick instills in her. Ridge sees that glow too, and it eats him alive. At the Logan estate, Brooke begins to remove the reminders of Ridge from her life. The dresses, the perfume he liked, the framed photos. It's a clean slate, and Ridge can't stand it. Chapter 5, Taylor confronts Ridge. Spoilers confirm Taylor finally confronts Ridge about his jealousy. She sees it in his eyes every time Brooke's name comes up. She hears it in his voice when he talks about Nick. And she feels it, the emotional distance creeping in as Ridge becomes consumed with Brooke's new love interest. Ridge denies, deflects, and dances around the truth. But Taylor doesn't back down. You said you were done with Brooke, she tells him. So why can't you let her go? Chapter 6, The past repeats itself. Flashbacks flood Taylor's mind, the wedding days, the broken promises, the nights she cried herself to sleep. Ridge has always returned to Brooke. Always. This time was supposed to be different. But Ridge's eyes, once filled with promise for their future, now drift when Brooke's name is mentioned. Taylor realizes what she feared most, Ridge hasn't changed. He never will. Chapter 7, Brooke breaks the cycle. With Nick's help, Brooke begins to break free of the toxic cycle she's been trapped in with Ridge. She stops waiting for Ridge to come back. She stops trying to fix what's broken. Instead, she opens herself up to something new, someone who chooses her without hesitation. When Ridge sees Brooke and Nick together at Forrester Creations, laughing, holding hands, and deeply engaged, he loses control. He lashes out, and Taylor sees the truth crystal clear. Chapter 8, Ridge's world crumbles. Taylor walks away. Not in anger, but in clarity. She tells Ridge she won't be his consolation prize again. She deserves more. She walks out of the Forrester mansion with dignity, leaving Ridge standing alone with the weight of his choices. Meanwhile, Brooke tells Nick she's ready to see where this could go. Ridge watches from the sidelines, his world unraveling as both women he thought would always be there leave him behind. Chapter 9, Fan reactions explode online. Social media lights up as Bold and the beautiful fans weigh in. Taylor finally woke up. Team Taylor. Nick and Brooke are fire Ridge who? This is the redemption arc Brooke deserves. Can Ridge just go on a solo sabbatical already? The fandom unites in a rare moment of agreement. Ridge is finally reaping what he's sown. Chapter 10, The future unfolds. Spoilers hint at a massive shift in the Forrester LA power dynamic. Taylor begins focusing on her career and personal happiness. Brooke and Nick jet off to Paris for a romantic getaway. And Ridge? He's left with echoes of the past, replaying the moments he took for granted. As June heats up, so does the drama. Will Ridge try to win Brooke back yet again? Will Taylor fall for someone new? Or has the era of Ridge Forrester's dominance finally come to an end?